The Google Pixel 9 and Apple iPhone 15 match up head-to-head against each other when it comes to optics and even price point. But which camera is better? I'm gonna start with some regular images where we'll crop in and also alternate between the wide and ultra-wide lenses for quality. Consistently, the Pixel 9 does better, but indoors it's much closer. Now we'll move on to some zoom shots where I think the upper hand is switched. The iPhone 15 does better at detail retention at 1x when cropped in, but the differences at 2x are fairly marginal, going slightly in the direction of the iPhone 15. If you look at how each of these smartphones process colors, there's a trademark signature. The iPhone 15 is contrast heavy, while the Pixel 9 isn't. There are different ways both smartphones interpret colors, and preference will differ based on user. Although, like in this case, the warm colors on the Pixel 9 seemed a bit overdoing it, and so sometimes I feel like the Pixel 9 tries a bit too hard when it shouldn't. Moving to portraits, I feel either phone is good enough, but sometimes the background blur and contrast of the subject sways me more in favor of the iPhone 15. Portraits of people at 2x are also different, and overall, I kind of prefer the natural look of the iPhone 15 as that's just my preference, although the Pixel 9 is not bad, but sometimes the processing on the face can get a bit artificial, so just keep that in mind. Selfies also kind of boil down to color preference, but the added ability to take wide portraits on the Pixel 9 is something that the iPhone 15 doesn't have. In low light, more of the differences between these cameras emerge, especially when it comes to noise and detail. In some cases like here, the Pixel 9 is a clear winner, but in others, it's more of a close battle. I like how the Pixel 9 processes the both here, while the iPhone 15's processing is a bit behind. From a zoom perspective, neither phone is too great. I mean, at 1x, the Pixel 9 retains better detail, but at 2x, it's the iPhone 15. But without cropping in much and just using the 2x, generally each phone is fairly comparable, with the Pixel 9 edging it in certain scenarios and when using the ultra-wide lens. I also prefer the Pixel 9's front camera photos, mainly because night mode works without the display flash, and there's a wider angle mode which the iPhone 15 lacks. Now, taking a small break here, I'd say the Pixel 9 so far is the go-to for pictures, with the iPhone 15 showing its prowess in certain situations. But moving on over to video, the story is quite different, with front-facing video better on the iPhone 15. 4K 60fps footage seems fairly comparable between both, but the way the colors are processed makes me lean towards the iPhone. This is more evident moving down to 4K 30fps, where the Pixel 9 also becomes a bit choppy. I did also at this point get warnings about the device heating up for the Pixel 9, so if you're looking to film in hot conditions for very long, this is something that's good to know. Next up is 1080p 60fps, and again, just looking back, the iPhone 15 seems like the much smoother phone in conjunction with better colors. Last but not least is 1080p 30fps, and here I also want you to know that the HLG format the Pixel 9 films HDR video in kind of washes out colors like you see here. I wanted this to be as authentic as possible, so I didn't fix these colors by grading them in post, but you might have to if you plan on using this feature on the Pixel 9 in the future. Transitioning to nighttime with the front-facing camera, the winner is quite clear and there's no debate. But with low light 4K 60fps, I actually prefer how the Pixel 9 captures video, which is not something I've said often in this video comparison section at all. There is noise in the Pixel 9's video, especially in the dark, but when in decent light, it looks good. I don't particularly recommend any of you guys to use these smartphones to take videos at night because they're not the best, as you can see here at 4K 30fps as well, but if you do have to take video at night, the Pixel 9 might be a better option, especially with the ultra-wide lens where the quality is miles better than the iPhone 15, although this is at the expense of some contrast management, and also you'll definitely notice noise in your videos unless the ambient lighting is plenty. So that's a look at video on both of these, and it leaves us with a mixed bag. I still count on the iPhone 15 for videos just because daytime video is more used than nighttime, and this makes the overall head-to-head a tie. From the samples I've shown you, which smartphone do you think does the better job? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe. This was Vaibhav, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.